I was watching one of the front benchers the other day having a go at the SNP at Westminster, and the SNP person was attacking the Tories and was attacking people on the front bench by name and doing them down in that way. And when this front bencher stood up, this person kept referring to the record of, quote unquote, the Scottish government. Now, I've been here a million times, but I want to just make the following points here. The Scottish Nationalist Party will always make the personal political. They will always make the political personal. Okay, it's not the British government. It's Rishi Sunak of the Tories. It's Boris Johnson of the Tory party. It's Theresa May of the Conservative government. They name the person and they name the party if they can. They don't just talk generally about Westminster or the British Parliament. Sure, they talk about those things, but they make the personal political. And that's the correct way to do it, because that's what gets people riled up and gets them on your side. Okay, so instead of this person who shall remain nameless complaining about what the Scottish government is doing, so many mistakes there, so many mistakes. I'll tell you, for one, it suggests that this Scottish government is an equal and opposite government to the British government, which of course it is not. It does not possess the same constitutional powers, and in fact it's not actually a government because it doesn't have full sovereignty. It has sovereignty on some issues, but not most of the bigger issues. So, firstly, you're setting up the Scottish government as if it's an equal and opposite force to your British government, which it's not. The second point is, it misses the point that the actual Scottish government is the British government. Okay? The British government is the government of Scotland. So every time you talk about the Scottish government as if it's something different to you, then your government dies a little bit. Okay? You are abdicating your authority because you, British Parliament, and the government which is formed from it, you are the Scottish government. So why are you giving this power, this name to somebody else? That's a vast, important issue. You're giving away all that power. You're abdicating your responsibility when you say that somebody else is the Scottish government. No, British government, you're the Scottish government. Third point, when you talk about the Scottish government, you're going to get a knee-jerk reaction. And I feel it myself sometimes when they say that. It's like, you having a go at the Scots, mate? Are you having a go at the Scottish? And that's all that some people hear. Quite understandably so. And so you're putting people's bristles up unnecessarily when you're criticising the Scottish government. You should say the SNP. It's all easily corrected. It's all easily corrected. You don't say the Scottish government, you say if you insist on using the word government, and I'd much preferred that you said administration or call it what it used to be, and still is, the executive, but if you insist on using the word government, at least say the devolved Scottish government. At least put the constitutional relationship in its correct place. It's a devolved Scottish government which is devolved from your government and your parliament. Secondly, don't say Scottish, say what it is, the SNP. So say devolved SNP government or devolved SNP-Green Coalition, which is even better. And what's even better is to then name them personally. The devolved SNP Green Coalition run by Humza Yousaf and Patrick Harvey. Okay, so in that phrase, you've explained the proper constitutional relationship as devolved. You've explained specifically what parties are to blame, SNP and Green, and you've named them as real people, Humza Yousaf and Patrick Harvey. And that is so much more powerful than just some bland attack on the Scottish Government, which is so bland and sterile and meaningless, and, as I've just explained, likely to backfire in your own face. So that's the sort of wisdom, the political wisdom that's going to be going into our new book. So if you support that message getting directly to the politicians, then please do support us by becoming, for example, a monthly donor at our Union Supporters programme.